Hello everybody, my name is Will. Today we're going to be talking about Dungeons and Dragons Honor Among Thieves. Okay, so what are we going to be talking about today? So we're going to be talking about what makes Dungeons and Dragons Honor Among Thieves great. We're going to be starting off with their attire. Now, Dungeons and Dragons is typically thought of, if you think about it, like the knights and the wizards and warlocks, stuff like that. But one thing that I've learned as a dungeon master is that D&D has lots of style, because every player has a different style and each player envisions their character differently. And so that might be from different genres and from different time periods and other things like that. Starting with the bard that is in Honor Among Thieves. His attire is actually, I like it a lot. It's a bit Renaissance-y, but instead of buttons, he has leather straps. He has khaki pants. He has a lot of belts. I just noticed. And then he has a pretty generic medieval shirt, but it's blue. And his attire, it's like a mix of multiple different genres, and it's pretty cool. Then there's the barbarian. She has, let's see here, she's pretty stereotypical barbarian. More clothes though. She has a, can't tell if it's leather or metal. She's like a breastplate thing. Has an insignia in the middle. It's crossed off by two leather straps that hold it together. Then she has a, I think a vesty thing in the middle, looks like. Then she also has a bunch of belts. And then she has some armored padding on her legs. And then she has like a rope, which gives her a barbaric kind of look. And then she has dreads. And on her arm, she has a bunch of leather and straps, more belts. And then on her shoulders, she has little tiny, like, pads. They're not really shoulder pads, but yeah, she's little pads. The tiefling, she's wearing a pretty, I would say a pretty generic fantasy outfit. She's got weird pauldrons on her shoulders. She has a V-neck dress thing that then leads down into belts. Lots of belts, but it's kind of like a V shape, so it goes up and then contours to a point and contours down like this. Oh, you guys can't see that. So it contours up to like this, and then it contours down, and then it goes around, and then there's belts on top of it. And then there's like a dressish kind of thing, not really a dress, like just folds of the cloth that go around her legs. So yeah, that's pretty generic fantasy, a pretty generic fantasy outfit. Next is for the last guy. Somebody please tell me, is he a rogue? Is he a sorcerer? Because I can't tell. Because I think he uses magic in the trailer, but he's dressed like a rogue, so it's kind of just a little confusing. Yes. Let's see here. So what he's wearing a brown cloak. Then he's got a plain black shirt. He's got belts. He has pouches. He has a little gold trinket thing. It actually kind of looks like a D20. I can't really tell. And then it looks like he's wearing a yellow shirt. Oh, he's wearing a yellow shirt, and he has a black vest that goes down to about halfway down his legs. And then he's got pants. So yeah, it looks like good. Okay, then there's the paladin. Historically, okay, his armor would be revolting. It would be terrible. In fact, Shadowversity actually made a video similar to this, except he was looking for historical accuracy. And he hates this armor a lot. But it's true to the D&D community. That's the thing. Because if you look up Dungeons and Dragons Knight, or Dungeons and Dragons Fighter, or Dungeons and Dragons Paladin, you're gonna get a bunch of pictures, and most people do some pretty weird, wacky stuff with the armor that they draw. So for this guy, he's got a pauldron. He's got a pauldron. Then he has a pauldron, and then he has a pauldron. Then he has a cape, and he's got like these little. His cape has like a collar, and then he has his breastplate, and then he has 1, 2, 3. He has 3. He has a gauntlet and then 2 arm guards, and then he has a sword, which, by the way, turns into a dagger when he throws the sword off the dagger, kind of thing. I don't like it, but whatever. And then it looks like he has like a guard around his legs, like a leather guard. So it's true to the Dungeons and Dragons community, and that's what really matters, and that's what I think will make this movie really great. In my last video, I talked about how Wizards of the Coast is trying to take D&D in a different direction, more public, more in-home, more home-friendly, more family-friendly, and I think that this is really going to help with that. Now, me as the D&D player, not my favorite thing in the world, but it will get more people to play the game, which is a good thing. One thing that I think was pretty cool is that the black dragon that they have in there is actually similar to the 3.5 black dragon art, which I thought was pretty cool. Now, one thing that I don't know why I hoped for this. I thought it would have been hilarious. Was that as the party is going through the world, that every single person who wasn't a player or a main character would have the same face. Now you might be asking yourself, why? Why, Melton? Because it's Dungeons and Dragons. That means that each of those other people is the dungeon master. So him having the same face and having the same person make the voices all the time, I thought would be really hilarious, because they'd be like, oh, let's go over here and talk to this person, and then they'd be like, oh, it's you again. He's like, oh, I've never seen you before. Greetings and welcome to my show. My name is Jonathan Watson, and so nice to meet you. Let's get going. And you got some gold for me. Okay, and it would just be super hilarious, because it would be just keep talking to the same person over and over again, but he would have a different personality every single time. I thought that would be hilarious. Main villain. Might just be my lack of knowledge. If anybody knows who the crap this is, please tell me, and what that item is, because at first I thought, oh, it's a Horn of Valhalla. Horns of Valhalla don't shoot giant red vines out of them. So yeah, it looks like a lich of some sort. That would be my guess. And one thing I love about this is that, like, this is so D&D. The bad guy is doing this thing where he's like, oh, and then all the people around him are just like, oh, just doing nothing, like regular NPCs in D&D. So I thought that's pretty funny. Okay, that brings us to the next part. One thing that I haven't looked into, because I wanted to do it in the video, was the druid turns into an owlbear, which I don't think that's a thing. So we're gonna look through the list right now to see if it's possible. That's the wrong book. All right. So owlbears. They'll be forced. No. Wow. No owlbear. Turns out, druids aren't supposed to be able to turn into an owlbear. And that's one thing I thought was weird. Now, thinking positively, I'm thinking that they're probably using it as a marketing ploy, kind of like ugly Sonic. But I'm really hoping that they don't have the druid turn into an owlbear in the movie, because that'll be interesting, and it might not get the best response. So unless they're just changing, if they're changing that in 1D&D and making it so that druids can turn into an owlbear, but that wouldn't make any sense. Oh, and I love the chubby dragon. Love the chubby dragon. Pretty sure that there is actually like a chubby dragon in a book. I don't remember which book, but there is a chubby dragon in a book. I know that. So the reasons that I think that this movie will succeed in the long run are the costumes, how the character attitudes are true to D&D. Another thing, I think they're trying to get away from the stereotyped bard stuff. They're using some older things in the movie, like the 3.5 dragon, probably to like attach with the older folks who play D&D. And then they're also adding some little flares and things here and there. And then, but we technically don't know that much about the movie yet. So, yeah. Excited for when it comes out. Thank you for watching this video. Like, comment, subscribe, and see you guys in the next one.